Austin, the reputation precedes itself on the Azpen flashlight. This does so many things, I actually lost track. I actually lost count of how many different cool things this can do, but I think I nailed a few of them. It's a flashlight, it's a lamp, oh, it's a radio, it has an alarm, it's a lantern, and by the way, it charges all your devices because it's also a power bank. And wait, it powers with either a rechargeable cable or a hand crank in case of an emergency, or even the power of the sun. This is one of the most incredible things we've ever found. It has to be on Friday Night Finds, so thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah,
good to see you.
Good to see you. You know, it's one of those things that when we even call it a flashlight, I almost think it does a disservice, because it's like, well, is it just a flashlight?
Yeah.
No, it's a full emergency kit, literally 8 things all in one. When you start to even just give a value to each individual feature, you said it, it's a flashlight. Okay, do you know one of the nice things about this is that it is a rechargeable flashlight. It's only 12 ounces. This isn't like saying, here's a flashlight, you need to go and spend $5 on more batteries. It's going to make this even heavier. It's completely rechargeable. Not only that, well, Sarah called it. There's a solar panel right here. There's not only a solar panel, so while you're using it outside, you also have a dynamo crank. We call this the people power. This is like almost like having one of those, you know, like in your car, the more you drive, the more you can recharge.
Fred Flintstone car?
Yes, you use your toes to just go ahead and drive. You know, speaking of Fred Flintstone, you know, it's often we always say everything can be overly techy. I like the untechy stuff. This is one of those things when everything else fails, we fall back on the things that work. So yes, this is a radio, but let me tell you what, when we just had that hurricane, we were out of power for 2 weeks. We not only had no power, we had no communication. I had no internet and I had no cell service. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what was going on in the middle of the night while that hurricane was hitting. It could have shifted north, it could have shifted south. We see what's happening across the country right now with all these winter storms. Not only have AM and FM, you also have your Weatherband radio. That's going to give you up-to-date weather minute to minute, so you know exactly what's going on. And that's run by NOAA, National Oceanic Atmospheric. That's run by the government. Wherever you are, it is going to have all those local up-to-date alerts. But here's the other thing about that. The next day, when we weren't listening to the alerts, I was listening to the radio because still wanted to hear what was going on. I couldn't go on my cell phone and see, you know, what's going on the internet. The only way of communicating was via my radio. So I love that. The great thing about this is an emergency kit. There's also a power bank built into this. There's a USB port. So even if, again, you put value to what you would spend on a USB power bank, you'd spend what, $30, $40, $50? This is a power bank that can recharge itself with solar and the dynamo crank. And you know, the other cool thing is it's not just one flashlight. This is also going to be a perfect little crafting light. If you've been looking for a light to just have right by the bed, right on your desk, or perfect for crafting, this is going to be perfect for you. It also means going hand-free. So if you don't want to hold on to the flashlight, you can set this down right there on your desk, and then it'll do itself.
All right, we're getting really, really busy. So here's what's happening. We've got this brand new item. It's really popular, and is this on free shipping? I think it is. It's on free shipping and 5 flex pay. No wonder our phone line just went crazy. We have turquoise, we have orange, we have magenta, we have blue, and we have green. Get several, and I will tell you why. Because you're going to want one in each vehicle. Yeah. You also want one in your emergency kit at home. If you are going camping, if you're going fishing, if you have sort of an outdoor backpack, you want to make sure that you have one with you wherever you go. This is the perfect time to make sure you have all the emergency equipment. But I've never seen anything quite like this, Justin.
Well, you know, it's interesting because
is so cool.
You know, there are other ones like this out in the market. They don't look like a flashlight. You know, that's one of the things I love about this. Yes, it is a flashlight, but it should look and feel like a flashlight. Often you'll see these, like, you know, the 8-in-1s, but they don't look like a flashlight. I like being able to hold it and it feels like a flashlight. Here's the other thing, and it's funny because Sarah, you called it, it's like, there's so many things I forget. There's one thing I did not mention, and whether you are thinking about getting multiple, which I know most of you are typically doing, and you're thinking, I want one in the house, I want one in the car, I want one in the RV, I want one in a boat, wherever I can put as many as I can. Here's the other thing I want you to see. It's also an SOS. So it's got that visual SOS light, and on the back is where that speaker is. So now you have that audible alarm as well. Now we can't play the radio inside here, but I can tell you, whether you're using it for your SOS, it is extremely loud, or what I typically do is you think, we learned this in Florida, where you think, oh, I'm going to put my phone out and I'll listen to my music, right? Or I'll have it connected via Bluetooth to some Bluetooth speaker. And you know what ends up happening? Your phone says it's overheated. Now listen
Yes.
to your talk radio, whether it's AM or FM, or perfect for right by the, in the garage. Or I heard so many people talking with the air fryer, with the Ninja, saying that is perfect game day food. Speaking of game day, listening to game day sports, whether it's football or your local radio or baseball, whatever it is, this does it all.
I love how many things that this does. And I'll tell you what, I have a lot of things in my emergency box, but I don't have this because I don't really have a radio. I guess I just always assumed I could turn on the TV. But if you don't have power, you don't have TV. And if you don't have power, you don't have the internet. And if you don't have the internet, you don't have your phone, you don't have your computer. So actually, you are really lost if you do not have a chargeable AM/FM radio.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's important to have.
Well, it's not even just that we didn't have power. It was that the internet and the cable companies, they didn't have power to those little local boxes that were destroyed. And then all the cell towers were down as well. So it's not like we could have said, well, I can charge my phone and I'll be able to have the internet. Although you can use this, by the way, to charge your phone. This is a power bank as well. But knowing that you can fall back again on the things that always work. We're always thinking about all the things that are so techy. I love the simple, untechy things. This has your USB port right here, so you can absolutely plug your phone in, and that way you can have a form of communication once that cell service does come back. But when you have no cell service, how do you know what's going on? The other part is the next day when I was cleaning everything up, it was nice to hear something. There is that awkward, the sound of silence is something that's very uncomfortable. When you can have your local radio, whether it's music or talk radio, hearing what's happening. Look, I had no idea that the Tropicana field, which was just a half a mile away from me, the whole entire roof had completely blown up. I had no idea until I listened to my radio the next morning, and you're hearing everything that happened in the damage. Look, all those things, trust me, it is there for the emergency. When it's not, you're going to use this in multiple different ways, whether it's for the desk light or just saying, you know what, let's bring the radio outside and listen to some music.
I love that it has all these different options, and you might use one or two of these features, or you might use all 8. It's just nice to have, whether you're indoors or outdoors, upstairs or downstairs, at home or on the go. Let me give you these colors and tell you what's happening. This has been very, very popular since you launched it, and I don't know that we will have another presentation with free shipping and 5 flexible payments. We have the turquoise, and again, all of these work the same. You just kind of have fun, pick your color. Orange, turquoise, 300 remaining. Okay, here they go. Orange, magenta, is that also very limited? We have 75 left if you do want the magenta. We have blue and we have green. This actually would be a great gift for Valentine's Day if you just wanted something fun for someone who's always on the go. This would be great for anybody who's outdoors, anybody who is planning an adventure, even if it's just in your very own backyard, or the kids wanting to set up a fort.
Or my sister, who just called me today, was like, Justin, I need help. It's her first kind of boyfriend. She's like, I have no idea what to get him. No idea. If you have no idea what to get somebody, this is one of those perfect things, because you're not just getting them one thing, you're getting them 8 things. You're getting them a power bank, you're getting a flashlight, you're getting a desk lamp, you're getting the radio. It's like, I got you everything all in one. But you know what? That's the other thing. We always think about all these different multi-tool type of stuff. And this is like a multi-tool, but it's a multi-kit for your emergency kit. It's nice to know that all you need to do is grab one thing. So that means when I have to go ahead and grab this, I just put it in the backpack, we go and travel with it, leave it in the car, and believe me, please, leave it in those different locations that you never think, well, we might need it there. I can guarantee most of those people that recently got stuck on the highway in Pennsylvania in the middle of that blizzard never thought that that was going to happen.
No.
It would be nice to know that, well, okay, let's turn the car off, we're running out of gas, we're running out of power, how are we going to charge our phones, how are we going to get a hold of somebody to let them know we're in the middle of an emergency when our phone's now at 10%, now you also have that power bank that's ready and available for you as well.
And then if, let's say your car does break down on the side of the road, how are you going to get people's attention?
Yeah, and that's the other thing I love about it too. Having that SOS, that's a whole nother really great feature. We sell a lot of those different devices that are all about SOS, being able to be seen and or just